pistachio.
And all types of places.
All types of things.
And all types of things.
Yeah.
Good morning, Roll Gang, and welcome on in
to this episode of the weekday
Wake and Bake.
Nice. I think that was a little rough.
Yeah, good shit. We are back with another episode of the show. It is Tuesday.
Reviews Day, yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Indeed it is.
Wow, I am really fucking pumped for today's episode of the show. We got two of the latest and greatest products here in the Las Vegas Valley. What are we judging this morning on Tuesday Reviews Day?
We've got a rice cereal treat.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited about this to try.
An Evergreen Organics Rice Krispie treat on medicated ass Rice Krispie treat, funky ass. And we have some Gary Payton by Suma on the smoke tonight. I absolutely love Suma cannabis. This is the last of an awesome box that I got, and I am really excited to try. This was my favorite prospect to try. The nugs look amazing. Have not cracked it open yet, so we're going to get the first whiff here on the show. But super excited to try out these Evergreen Organics Rice Krispie treats and some Suma Gary Payton on the show this morning. How about it?
I'm excited too. I really want to try this.
Yeah, it's going to be really fucking bomb. We're going to go ahead and dive right on into it. I think the first thing we should do is do the pre-smoke judgment of the flower. So that way, while I roll it up, we can try out the treat, do the ad read, start the show. Perfect. So let's go ahead and get the show going by popping open this Suma cannabis.
It's almost like you're popping champagne, but...
Yeah. Honestly...
It's not champagne.
It's not quite champagne. But... yeah, we're about to crack this open, get this show going officially. So we are going to judge this Gary Payton by Suma on the RSRS, the Rolling Spoon rating scale, which will pop out a 100 point score for the Gary Payton by Suma. And the first criteria is the pre-smoke judgment. So how does it smell? How does it look? Density, nug structure, so on and so forth. So we are going to open this this jar. These ones are super fun to open. Gotta get your fingernail in there. Give it a little spin.
Nicely done.
Boom. Whoa.
That smells good.
That's cake for days. What the fuck? It smells like a cake string.
I was going to say it does have a cakey scent to it.
Yeah.
What was it called again?
Gary Payton, named after a legendary basketball player for the Boston Celtics. Holy crap. So basically it smells like wedding cake to me. A lot like wedding cake. Super, it's got that patented Suma zing to it, like a really great caryophyllene punch. They always get the nice little tartness to come out on the aroma. But let's check out a nug. I'm going to go bring one to the camera while you check those out.
Okay.
Yo, the nug structure and the density is absolutely sublime. You can see the beautiful purpley green coloration. Great berry-shaped nugs. Lots of visible frost. Honestly, it looks like the bomb, doesn't it?
It does. It looks very dense, like you said. It's not like the really long nugs or anything.
Yeah.
They're kind of smaller, but very dense, so...
Yeah, nice berry-shaped nugs. Normally, those skinny, longer nugs that you're talking about are genetically sativas. Skinny long nugs, skinny long plants are sativas, and then bushy fat nugs, bushy fat plants are commonly indicas. So this is a classic indica-shaped berry nug. Really fucking excited to break this thing down and smoke it. What's your pre-smoke judgment out of 5?
Probably 4.
Yeah? What are you docking on? Aroma, coloration, density, nug structure.
Honestly, just probably the look.
Yeah?
You know.
The overall look?
Yeah, I think it smells really nice.
To be honest with you, I think this is a 5 out of 5.
Really?
Like, yeah. So, on the, it takes into account all of the factors for a bag appeal. I just simply can't dock at any points. Mm-hmm. Like, it seems like if this smokes as good as it looks, it'll be a perfect 100. You know what I mean? That's what I normally judge it by. Like, if it smokes how it looks, what would it score? And, the aroma is like a punch in the face. It's hella pungent, very tart, like cherries, like that, like, almost sour smell.
Yeah.
And then honestly, the coloration's beautiful. The nug structure's beautiful. Super dense. Not too fluffy. Not small nugs, you know? I just simply can't dock any points. It's seemingly perfect so far. Rachel given a 4, but honestly, still kind of getting accustomed to the...
Yeah, I mean, you're much more experienced with flower as well than I am, so...
Yeah, you're definitely...
We'll take your judgment on it and we'll go with a 5.
Yeah, I think so.
I can't be like, no, it's not a 5, you know? I agree.
You're the resident vape and dab specialist, though. We definitely got to get more vapes and dabs on the show. Rachel really knows what she's talking about with those. Not too often that I get to smoke a good old joint with her. But, you definitely do your vapes better more than I do. But, yeah, we're going to go ahead and give it a 5 out of 5 on the pre-smoke. Really nothing we can dock any points off of. But while I roll it on up, why don't we get the show going officially? Start this baby off. Give the shout out to the Roll Gangsters and the sponsors of the show.
Of course. So as usual, shout out to Oaksterdam University, the very first cannabis college. A great place to go get all of your cannabis knowledge. There's a promo code that we have for you, and it's Rolling Spoon, one word, for 10% off of your tuition or even merch if that's what you're looking for instead. And then, of course, the Rolling Spoon, the handy-dandy cannabis multi-tool that helps you seal the deal and roll a dime every single time.
Every single time on every episode of the show. Yeah, very humbled to be brought to you by Oaksterdam University, the predominant college to boost your cannabis knowledge, the first of its kind from the resident Oakland, California, and 2 of Oaksterdam's finest alma mater, Rachel and I. We would love to provide a 10% off scholarship to everybody who wants to go and claim their stake in this budding industry. Just use promo code Rolling Spoon, one word, like Rachel said, to get 10% off claiming your stake in this budding industry. And then also, I'm using my handy-dandy Rolling Spoon to roll a dime every time. Why is it super important on today's show, Rachel?
It's super important to roll a perfect dime every single time because then it gives an even playing field to rate the cannabis products. Because if you're rolling the same perfect joint every single time, then you really get to pay attention to and critique and look at the product itself and not how it is rolled.
1,000,000%. The only variable in these should be the product, not how well the joint is rolled. So the Rolling Spoon really is the star of the show every Tuesday Reviews Day because it enables us to roll the same exact joint as we rolled the week before, which allows us to give a proper and unbiased strain review on the material within the paper. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's where the Rolling Spoon comes into play. It helps to make sure that it is an even playing field and the rolling is consistent throughout all of the different joints.
Absolutely. Really fucking excited to spark up this Gary Payton by Suma. It is going to be an absolute banger. But first, gotta give a shout out to all the Roll Gangsters tuning in. If this is your first episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake, we go live and post the shows after the fact every single weekday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific, on the Rolling Spoon channels, wherever you're consuming this show. Would absolutely love to know what you're smoking on today and what you're judging and what you think of it. So in the comments section, wherever you're consuming the show, please let us know what you're wake and baking on or what you're smoking on and how it's smoking, because we are looking constantly for other cultivars to judge on the show. But anyways, without further ado, let's spark up this joint and get on into this Reviews Day Tuesday strain review. Okay. Boom. Hell yeah. We got Suma Gary Payton on the smoke tonight. This morning.
Yeah, you keep saying tonight.
Did I actually say it multiple times?
Yes, you did.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I swear you said it once earlier.
Well, guess what?
Smoke a bud this way.
We are not smoking in the night right now. This is the Weekday Wake and Bake, and it is currently 10:12 a.m. Mm-hmm. Having our nice wake and bake.
There it is.
Suma. That's a rip from heaven. That's honestly a rip from heaven. It's got, so that same tartness we smelled when we opened the jar comes through in the flavor hella. I absolutely love the flavor of this smoke. It's got that patented, like, decadent but sweet and tangy wedding cake flavor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's definitely got some cake strain cultivars vibes going on.
Yeah.
I think it tastes nice for sure.
Very subtle, very clean.
Yeah, that was the word I was gonna use. It tastes clean.
Yeah. I absolutely love it. It's got that, like, the most prominent note on the flavor is that tanginess. Like, it really is like that cherry pie tang that comes out in all the wedding cake, divorce cake strains. And I absolutely love it. It's a 5 out of 5 on the flavor for this one for me. Can't ask for more. Super pungent. Like, I'd be able to discern this from other cultivars at this point. What about you?
I'd give it a 5.
Yeah?
Yeah.
5 on the flavor and the pre-smoke so far. Absolutely loving this Suma. What about the ash color? Take a good look at that ash color. What do you think about it?
It's definitely on the darker side, but there are some, like, white spots in it.
Yeah. Light spots, but really, they're not too light, honestly. Definitely rolled this baby thick enough that it should be the natural ash color. A little bit of that cookies and cream action Rachel normally talks about, but just some cultivars burn a little bit lighter than this. So we're going to have to give it a 2 out of 5, which denotes dark. A 5 is whipped cream. A 4 is the cumulus nimbus cloud. 3 is that cookies and cream. And 2 is on the darker side. So we're going to go ahead. We got 2 5s and a 2 so far on the smoke. What about the throat hit that we are experiencing? You know, even a little cinnamon on the flavor. That's pretty fucking crazy. Great, unbelievable flavor. But
I'm getting a little bit of satisfaction in the back of my throat, but it's not like.
It's not mega.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I completely agree.
Great
I completely
minds
agree.
think alike.
And I think it's just generally the
I know, quality.
yeah. It's really satisfying though. It's not like it's not potent. It's not like the perfect rip, you know. We're not going to give it a 5 out of 5, but I'd say a nice 4 out of 5. It's still satisfying, nice smack, no pain, but definitely like a nice little throat rip action in there. Hefty. A nice little hefty smoke. That's a really, really good analogy for it. So the last judgment that we have to perform here before we give it its final score out of 100 is the definitive judgments, where we talk about what we think the effects, how the effects took place, and the the overall flavor, how it matched up with the terp profile and the potency. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go ahead and guess like somewhere in the 20 to 24. That's a pretty big ballpark. 21% to 24% window. You know, it's not going to be in the 28s, I don't think. And I certainly don't think it's less than 20. Probably looking at a good bit of caryophyllene. Probably a good bit of limonene in there as well. I'm not getting the berry myrcene on it, really. And then the burn time is fabulous. What do you think about those?
Well, I saw the percentage on this side of it.
You already looked?
Not purposefully, but when I was looking at it, I was trying to find the name on it. That's when I accidentally glanced at it. So I won't guess. But I will say it's around what I thought it was.
Yeah.
After smelling it.
Yeah. And really terpy. Mm-hmm. Probably somewhere in the 5 to 7 range on 2 or 3 terps.
Yeah.
You know, nice and tasty. Really just a satisfying experience. And honestly, the effects aren't too overwhelming. Like, I'm not extraordinarily baked, but I'm nice and medicated. You know, it's not like a major layer of like stony, but it's nice. Like, you know?
Yeah, I took 3 hits and I'm not necessarily feeling it that much.
Yeah.
But that's still not a lot, you know?
Not enough to really feel it. You don't really even feel flour that much anyway. Rachel has a really high tolerance. So we try it, you know. The therapeutic dose is different for everybody. Like, some people can genuinely take 1 puff of a 17% pre-roll and be baked. And other people can, like this one guy I saw in the shop yesterday said he took 2 sips that day. Like, he came in off 2 sips and was still trying to get baked because it just didn't hit, you know? Which is crazy to me because, like, I fucking love sips. Like, I get shiesty off of half of a sip.
Yeah, you're like a sip a day almost.
Yeah, I love half a sip in the morning, half a sip at night. But this guy took 2 sips in the morning and was still functioning, you know? That just gives you an idea of, like, everybody has a different therapeutic dose. Probably why you don't like flour as much, because it's more difficult to achieve that therapeutic dose.
Yeah.
But I love the effects of this flour for me. I'm a flour guy through and through. This isn't like the layer smoke, you know, where you just feel stuck. But more of like a nice, calming, soothing experience. You know, great burn time. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 16 out of 20 on the definitive judgments. It looks like, the 22.9% THC, 4 milligrams caryophyllene, 4 milligrams limonene, 3 milligrams myrcene. Definitely, like, as expected. And a little bit of CBG, 36 milligrams per gram. Yeah, really fucking
Yeah.
dank smoke. I am a big fan of Suma's Gary Payton. 16 out of 20 on the definitive judgments. I would have asked for little decadent effects, but what about you?
I think a 16 out of 20 is fair. I
Finny?
mean, yeah, it looked really nice. It smelled really nice. It rolled really nice. And burn time's really long. The thing is the ash color for sure. And yeah, no, I think that 16 out of 20 is well deserved.
Perfectly fitting. So let's tally up the score. We got 20 points for the 5 on the pre-smoke, 20 points for the flavor. Coming out strong. That's 40. 2 points on the ash color is a 5-point score, 45. Plus 15 for the throat hit, the 4 out of 5, brings us to 60. And then add in the 16 from the definitive judgments, bringing us to a final score of 66 out of 100. And honestly, that's some high quality smoke here on the RSRS. Just lost the computer, but we are going to give a really major shout out to the high quality Gary Payton. And honestly, this shit I've had for a little while too. I'm really enjoying